Hi guys, today we're making a delicious butter chicken and garlic naan. So to start off with the butter chicken, I've chopped up 5 chicken fillet breasts into bite-sized chunks. If you prefer, you can use chicken thighs. I've also got a few spices over here. We've got 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a half a teaspoon of curry powder. I also have a half a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, 3/4 teaspoons of chilli powder. I have 1 teaspoon of ginger, and I also have a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, so all of these spices, we're just gonna throw this over the chicken and make sure that we're covering all the little bits and pieces with the spices and making sure they get all those flavors in there. I'm just going to take my hand and then swish it through all these chicken pieces, and once the chicken is nicely coated with all the spices, we will set aside. Next, we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter and then just melt this on a medium heat. And once the butter is melted, we are going to add a half a chopped onion. Onion just makes everything taste better. And garlic. I love garlic in absolutely everything. And for this recipe, I have 2 cloves of garlic minced, which we're just gonna add to the onion and let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until the onion is translucent and everything is smelling really nice. Once your 2 to 3 minutes are up, you can add your chicken chunks to the pan and just spread the chicken out nicely. My pan was a bit small. I could have used a bigger pan. I'm just gonna cook the chicken through until it's almost done, not fully done. And once that should be about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll just add our fresh cream. I've got 1 cup of fresh cream here. Make it nice and saucy. And then to that we are also going to add 1.5 tablespoons of tomato paste. This will give it that nice rich orange color. So we're just going to mix that through and put the lid on for and cook it for another 5 minutes or so. Well, you can have a look and see the consistency. You can have it thicker or you can have it thinner than that, it's up to you. Next, we're going to make our garlic naan, and I've got a half a cup of coconut flour, and to that I am going to add 1.5 tablespoons of psyllium husk powder, also a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, some salt to taste. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt that I'm adding, and then also 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and then garlic makes absolutely everything taste better, so I'm adding a tablespoon of garlic to this mix, and then also a cup of hot water, and we're just going to mix all of that through. If the mixture is dry, you can add a little bit more water, and then just mix it through with your hands to form a nice soft dough. Once we have our dough, let it rest for 15 minutes before taking it out. And then just divide it into sections as big or small as you like. I got about 6 naan, yeah, 6 naan out of this batch, even though I'm only cutting it into 4 in the video. I somehow managed 6. So we're just going to take each section and then roll it into a ball. And then I've got some parchment paper and my rolling pin, and I'm just taking each section and then rolling it nice and flat. I prefer this to be thinner than the normal naan, the high carb naan, just because most low carb things are pretty dense. And then I'm just using this bowl to make it look pretty, make it look nice and neat. And then in a medium heat pan, I'm just adding some butter again, and then I'm going to be frying one naan at a time until each side is golden brown, and then just flipping it over on the other side as well, and topping it with some butter to give it some extra flavor. Once that's done, just remove it from the pan and continue with the rest, and enjoy your butter chicken and garlic naan. This was so yummy. You have to try it. Please comment down below and let me know if you enjoyed this recipe as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye.